With the San Diego Police Department.
Sergeant who?
Jimenez, Jimenez.
What would be your badge number?
6967.
That's a good number. I like that. But anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm legally obligated to tell you, you should record this phone call, and this phone call is recorded. I don't care who you give it to. Maybe you should give it to somebody.
Okay. How can I help you today?
I was downtown San Diego at Comic-Con weeks ago, and a false police report was generated through a 911 dispatcher, and some person called and claimed that I had been talking to children when in fact I was only talking to adults. And I have a witness on the phone, Cindy Bogart from the Netherlands. And so an investigator came out, and I have this all on video, and he was investigating me for a crime that did not occur. I personally think there should be an investigation done on making abuse of 911 phone call and making a false police report that led to a false police investigation. And that person, whoever called, should be charged. I don't know why, there is a law saying you can't lie to police officers, and that is a lie. So that's a little beside the point, because when the investigation was happening, the officer asked me for my information, and I gave him my California driver's license number, and he said that was suspended due to something he had never heard of before, which was suspended by a ticket that another police officer wrote me in Vacaville in Solano County.
Okay.
And that person is being investigated, hopefully fired for his actions, which were probably wrongful and illegal on a private property in a parking lot where I was not driving. So that person hopefully is going to be fired. I wish I could sue them, which probably is not going to happen. But however, I said, well, I have a valid Georgia driver's license, because I have a residence there, and that was my first residence. And he's like, give me that number. He ran that number, said that driver's license was suspended. Well, neither driver's license has any points, and I don't have any tickets, and there's no reason either one of them should be suspended. However, the officer then gave me a citation for parking in a red zone, and threatened to tow my home with all of my possessions in it, because I'm homeless and disabled, and they were discriminating against a disabled person. So anyway, none of this would have happened without the false 911 call. That's beside the point. I then had to call a last minute friend who was 20 minutes away to drive my vehicle away from that location.
Okay.
And so anyway, a long story short, I called the Fayette County Sheriff's Office today, where my home residence is, and they said, currently your Georgia driver's license is showing valid and expires at such and such date. And that police officer lied to me and had no reason to tow my home, say I can't drive. I have a valid driver's license in the United States of America.
Okay. Mr. Anderson, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I just want to verify. Did this happen in the exterior of the convention center?
So to answer your question logically, because this investigation's already been done by multiple other people, it was not Harbor Police. It is the City of San Diego jurisdiction. And I have their names and badge numbers on video.
What day did this occur?
The second day of Comic-Con, which I believe was a Friday or a Saturday.
Okay. Do you know what time?
Around 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
And you said that there was a 911 call regarding regarding you talking to children, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I have no reason to lie.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure that because if I go and look into this, I need to kind of know what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
So how do you know that it was a 911 call and not just a normal call?
Well, I know this because it was midday and I've spent many hours on hold with non-emergency police number in San Diego County.
Okay.
So I guarantee you with the response time, it was a 911 phone call.
Okay. And do you know where about you were at the convention center?
Parked in the red zone next to the taxi zone in front of the whatever Marriott World whatever center where the Comic-Con was held.
Right. Okay. Because it's kind of big, so I just kind of wanted to narrow it down.
Yeah, absolutely. I've a crystal clear, lucid memory of every detail.
No, I believe you. And so, police officers in a blue uniform came and spoke with you, correct?
Yeah, with 2 stripes on his shoulder, which I thought he was a sergeant, but he declared he was an investigator.
Okay. So what ended up happening after the officer spoke with you?
Well, they realized I had a witness on the phone, so their investigation ended very quickly. And then, as I told you, my friend helped me drive away to stop them from impounding my home. And guess what? The next day, I talked to a sergeant in that jurisdiction and told them, you know, I've had thousands of people call and make false police reports about me around the nation because I'm a political activist, and people get pissed off and just make phone calls to the police and say all kinds of lies for no reason. So this is nothing new. I told that police officer, if you sit around taking all of these false police reports that, I literally have 10 phone numbers with Verizon. And I can generate hundreds more, and I could line up a whole office of people and start a service when people have friends that have mistreated them. I just call on them and say they're a pedophile. I could tie up your whole phone system, shut it down, and people could be murdering and robbing people. But that's not what I want to do. That's just an example of you need to investigate why people should be sent out for what. I mean, personally.
Mr. Anderson, can I hate to interrupt you. So I just want maybe a little bit of clarification on this incident will help. So because the dispatcher provided your name, I checked in our report system, and it's showing no reports, like actual reports written against you.
Sure.
Hold on one second. Because this actually might provide a lot more clarification to why you think an investigator came out and spoke with you. So working Comic-Con is a very long, it's a long event, and it, as I'm sure you're aware, has hundreds of thousands of people. So we staff that on an overtime basis, and detectives that are normally detectives will work those positions as an overtime kind of roving unit to check and maintain the security of the event. What it sounds like happened is somebody made a report about you, and that's 100% unfortunate. I'm so sorry, but it sounds like the detective was in an overtime capacity and just ended up having to speak with you about what had happened to verify that no crime had been committed, and then send you on your way.
Well,
no kind of criminal investigation, just we do have a due diligence. Thank
you for telling me your side, and I understand that a police officer has to report for a call being made. There is no way out of it in your little robot system matrix. However, what I just explained to you about crashing your 911 phone dispatching system, could be a reality, and people could have that knowledge to do that. And on top of that, since there is no active investigation on why a person made a false police report, you can have a witness right away. Cindy Bogart, she can tell you, I was on the phone with Aaron for an hour and a half, and he was talking.
That's what it sounds like happened.
It is.
Okay.
But you may want to investigate that person who started the whole false police report, because I almost lost my home. Somebody said I was gonna try to kidnap children or a pedophile or some shit. And, I got cited, had a ticket. I had to suffer severe consequences. On top of that, a police officer lied and said my Georgia driver's license was suspended. And I had other law enforcement in Georgia reaffirm that it's not. So there's a whole lot of wrong being committed by your dishonest police officer. No charges being filed on a police report, and a fake 911 abuse system. A fake abuse of the 911 system happening. So thank you for telling me I'm not being investigated or charged. At least that's a huge weight off my shoulders. But I almost lost $50,000 worth of stuff in my van, my home, and got a ticket, and was lied to by a police officer. What are you going to do about that?
So the lie that you're stating, I just want to verify, is that your Georgia driver's license was suspended or correct?
Yes, the lie that I established this morning with law enforcement in Georgia, that my license in Georgia is valid. The police officer lied, or there was a mistake, because I have a valid Georgia driver's license with 0 points. And there's no reason my home was almost towed. I was parked in that red zone for almost 2 days. No citation, no nothing. Nothing would have happened if there wasn't a false police report over a 911 phone call issue. Do you understand that?
I do. And like I said, I have to ask a bunch of questions just so we can kind of clarify what's going on, okay?
Sure.
So, are you able to provide me with your Georgia driver's license?
Sure, absolutely. I have no problem with that. You could even tell the world, maybe you should go steal my information and commit identity theft or something. But anyway, my Georgia driver's license is 052593699.
And do you have a California driver's license as well?
It was suspended due to a police officer issuing a false citation, which I could not read, and I literally was escaping to drive to Canada or the border of Washington and Canada and never coming back to California. Unfortunately, my time expired on dealing with that ticket, and my license was suspended due to an error, and that police officer hopefully will be fired if you don't understand that. And on top of that, it's not my fault that a California driver's license was issued to me in the first place, because it was probably California's duty to contact Georgia if I still had a valid license and ask them to whatever the DMV does. So this is not my fault. I have a valid Georgia driver's license. Does that answer your question?
What is your California driver's license?
F7370102.
Okay. Okay. So I understand that the Georgia license is valid.
Did you look it up?
I will do my best to look it up in a minute. I'm not by my computer. Those that can use that system.
Maybe I should call the Fayette County Sheriff's Department and have them on three-way, so you actually understand reality and not your false system that is telling me it's valid or the police is lying.
So what I will say though is, if you're in California and you have a suspended California driver's license, it doesn't matter if you have a valid out-of-state driver's license, because we're not in that state. So that could be valid. If your driver's license is suspended in California, you are not able to drive in California.
Well, guess what? My federal government disability is out of Georgia. My home address is Georgia, and I have no remaining address in California. I am a citizen of Georgia, so don't tell me that nonsense. All my mail and disability goes to Georgia, so I don't want to hear that again.
Okay. Well, I'm just explaining how
Sorry, I just told you I live in Georgia.
Okay.
So screw that crap.
Okay. So, what did this detective look like?
Okay, well, maybe I should get out I have 6 cell phones. I think I know which video I had recorded on it, and it's getting posted to Snapchat and YouTube right now. So while you're on the phone, I'm gonna upload it because I wasn't going to, and I'm no longer in San Diego, but I'm just at the point where I'm gonna embarrass all you guys for all your weird activity, lies, and charging me and wrongfully arresting me and stuff like that. Damn it, the Snapchat is not cooperating. Okay, hold on. It's not Snapchat, it's TikTok. Damn it. Stupid TikTok. Discard. Okay, I mean, I'm glad you're actually trying to investigate this for whatever they were doing. Damn it. It would be a while because I don't ask for name and badge numbers.
Can you just describe what he looked like?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know what? I give the officer a long enough rope to hang himself on until I start asking for names and badge numbers. By that time, it's going worldwide. Sooner or later, you're gonna be disgraced and shamed in front of the whole world for the activities of these police officers.
Okay. So I just want to verify you're making a complaint because the officer said that your Georgia driver's license is suspended and it's not, correct?
Well, that's
your main complaint?
I mean, yes, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Okay.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure that that's a complaint against the police department itself.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine.
And I left California. I'm not a citizen of California anymore. My federal disability is out of Georgia. And my home address that I recognize, I have no address left in California.
Okay. Is there, this is a good phone number for you. What is a good address for you? Are you comfortable providing that?
Yes. Right now it's parking lots. If you hire an investigator or call the FBI, they might be able to trace my phone number, but I've been about 14,000 miles all the way up to Canada and then Mexico in the past 4.5 months. So the address part is very hard because I'm just trying to find a safe place to go where I'm not being falsely accused, charged, wrongfully arrested, or killed in the streets.
Is there anything else that I can help you with today, sir?
Well, at this point, you might want to contact the FBI because your department needs to be investigated. And guess what? I used to work for Carl DeMaio, who was a gay Republican that ran for mayor of San Diego, and he was a city council member of Mira Mesa. And we worked very hard to get rid of the new city police and firefighters' pensions and make them pay into their own 401ks because the city of San Diego has been bankrupt for a very long time. So your whole division just needs to be probably shut down.
Okay.
Call the FBI. Tell them, surrender this guy to the FBI. Have him investigated. Who knows? Go investigate the person that made the false 911 police report. They could have come and talked to me. They didn't have to call law enforcement and say I was a pedophile or talking to kids or whatever they said. They didn't have to. Go investigate. It's a crime to lie to law enforcement. Do you understand that?
I understand what you're trying to say, yes.
If you do not investigate these people, your police dispatch could be shut down. People could tie you up with false police investigations. If you don't want to charge that person, someone else could shut down your city, and a lot of bad things could happen. You should probably start investigating false police reports.
Okay. So like I said, I think I have kind of a broad scope of what happened. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
Call over your radio to dispatch and verify my Georgia valid driver's license.
So I'm not going to do that right now with you on the phone, but I will definitely make sure that I look into it, okay?
Well, I mean, maybe you should be fired too at this point, because I mean,
Okay.
no, what, I don't know what else there is. I mean, I have 6 phones on me. I could call, if you wanted, the sheriff's department right now, and they could tell you. And you don't even have the ability to radio for 10 seconds, an
like
ID.
I said, they're very busy. I have a lot of other things going
Exactly.
on.
They're probably dealing with, exactly.
Area,
They're
okay?
probably dealing with more false police reports, drug addicts, overdoses, pimps, and prostitutes and murderers.
Okay.
Not Aaron Anderson, who's not doing anything wrong.
Okay. So, and like I already explained to you, it doesn't matter if your Georgia driver's license, for the purposes of that incident, it doesn't necessarily matter if your driver's license was suspended or not.
How do you know it's not my address? How do you know I didn't move back there and I'm not just visiting here? How do you know?
You're not allowed to drive in California.
Oh, okay. I'd move back to Georgia. I can
Okay.
drive anywhere in the United States with my valid driver's license. It's
Not
a United
in
States.
California if you have a suspended California driver's license.
Wrong.
Okay. Okay.
You might want to
Well,
talk to a
I'm sorry that we
lawyer
disagree on that. So
before I have the mayor
will-
fire you.
Okay, I'll write up that investigation, your complaint, and it'll be handled appropriately. Okay.
Well, I'm contacting the mayor. You're going to be fired.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Good
sir.
luck
Have a
with
good
your
one.
life.
All right. You too. Bye bye.